Hi everyone, don't forget to subscribe and like to our channel. Right now we have Graig Nunis right here on the RSS with HD Extended. Hi everyone, welcome to a special edition of the RSS with HD Extended. As you can see, my guest, Graig Nunis, is doing his social distancing with our co-host Haresh Deol, even though they're in the same office. Is that 1 meter or 2 meters, gentlemen?
About a meter lah.
About a meter lah.
Okay, so Haresh, as we said, this is a very special edition we're having because we haven't had Graig on the show for quite a while. Obviously, we'll be talking about that and also his MCO diaries that he's been going, this being the 78 days already on this Wednesday. Now, Graig, how has it been with the MCO diaries, first and foremost?
Not too bad, but some days is depressed. Sorry. Depressing, yeah.
Must be this MCO. That's why being back in the office is just not right, is it?
Yeah, being in office is bad. But to see Haresh's face, that's a problem. But the diary is, I say it's sad sometimes because we try to look for something positive, but there are a lot of bad things happening out there. So it gets kind of down, so we can't be so upbeat at times. But thankfully in Malaysia, the cases are good. As in that there's no, the deaths have remained under control and the number of cases are 7,000 plus, almost 8,000. Whereas like see, Singapore is huge, so it's like we are lucky and we are happy that our health ministry has already mobilized the frontliners to handle everything well.
Yes. So from I suppose how has it been, Haresh and Graig, now that you're back in the office? How have people been observing this social distancing rule?
Well, the thing is that we are back in office, and a lot of our colleagues in other and friends are also back to work. Except that now the way we do things are clearly different. Face masks is like a must-wear item. You gotta have a hand sanitizer. I see Graig brought his as well. But more importantly, I think today's show is basically discussing all the things that were introduced to us since March 18,
Yeah.
and how do we move forward from here? Because let's say, for example, a classic thing like physical distancing. It's two words which are just spoken about and thrown about all over the place, but are really people understanding what physical distancing is all about? I mean, the example is when you go everywhere, it's always, this is physical distancing, but when you go anywhere else, you see people following it as per in front of them, but not the sides.
Yeah, starting Haresh, if you go to ATM, the lines are front and back, but not at the side.
Yeah.
Same with fast food joints, front and back, but the side is like you can just touch them. So that's silly,
It defeats the purpose.
Yeah, people are not following properly.
Yeah, you don't have that like 1 meter radius that we should be having, or maybe we should have I have a friend who actually walks around with a 1 meter ruler, so not gently tap people when they're too close. So he's been doing that as well. But
if you notice, in India, in the US, and in certain parts of the world, they don't have lines per se, but it's more circles.
Right.
So I think that's something that we need to introduce here, so that people understand the concept of physical distancing.
Yeah. The radius. So
Yeah, it's not just in front of us; it's actually the sides and the back as well. So, yeah.
Burger King had a nice picture on the social media,
right,
where a couple was sitting there and wearing a crown, which was 1 meter diameter. One meter diameter.
Yeah.
Sounds weird, but yeah, 1 meter. So it's quite nice. A crown that's 1 meter around, so nobody can come near them. So I don't know when. I'm planning to go to Burger King to get that hat.
Oh, you sure? The head or the burger?
You should have brought it earlier.
No, I saw it on social media. I don't have it yet.
Yeah, but the other thing is this, Rashid. This has also taught us that, while we will expect long lines from now onwards, what about the elders? Because I've observed, and this happened just a few days back at a bank in Ampang, whereby there were several elderly people in the queue who were forced to sit on the floor because they were tired. Now, compare that with a supermarket that's just below our office in Taman Tun, Dr. Ismail, and they have set aside easily 20 chairs, heading towards the supermarket, the entrance of the supermarket. And that's a good move, because those who are elderly, pregnant, for example, or got back problems, or they can't really stay in the line for too long. Then they've got a place to sit. So these are things that more businesses have got to ensure and put aside to make this whole experience a little bit more comfortable for everyone.
Now, what about just a face mask and hand sanitizers? Something that now has become what they call the new norm. Do we have to carry these things everywhere now?
He's been writing a lot about it.
Yeah. They say that if you are alone, you don't need to wear a face mask. But if you go in a crowded area, you should. But then they come out with another statement. They say that only if you are sick, then you have to wear it to prevent others from getting sick. But then if you go to certain malls, they say if you don't have a face mask, you can't go in. So it's a lot of confusion out there. But the best thing is just carry it with you. If they say you have to wear it, then just wear it and go in. Don't make a fuss. No point in arguing, because if you go to a mall, it is a private property, so it's up to them to have the rules, because they want to protect their staff as well. So just follow it. I mean, I don't like wearing it because people can't see my good looks, But I just bring the mask along with me. Yeah.
Hey, but here's the thing, Rashid. I tried. Okay, I experimented just to see how people will, react. So I tried not wearing the mask, but not at a crowded place, just from the car park to the office.
Yep.
And the people that I, came across, although we were really far apart, but they just gave me that look that as though I was doing something wrong, So I told myself, are we really wearing it because we have to wear it, or is it more of what people perceive? That we are unhygienic, despite the fact that we wash our hands pretty much all the time. Sanitize our hands. We've got a temperature. We take temperature before entering to office, so stuff like that. But yet, we live in a judgmental society, so that's about it,
All right. I mean, let's move forward from here, and then we now had Hari Raya indoors. We've had Gawai and Kamatan. It's been such a strange few weeks, especially with these celebrations, and obviously people trying to get out of the state and then being caught out, and now coming back being fined and all that. But we've got a lot of people who
it's the same with Saki and the Tamil New Year as well.
Easter as well.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Easter as well.
Yeah, I mean quite a lot. But there have been people, as you said, out the job. How are you going to bounce back from this? And Graig, you've got Kamarul Ahir and Alan Neto. Can you tell us a bit about their stories?
Okay. Kamarul, he's an award-winning photographer. I've known him since 1995, so I've just given away my age. And we worked in the sun. And then he left. He did work for AFP and then the Maya agencies. Started his own company called Asiana, which is a sports photography agency. So they do work for a lot of Sukma, for football clubs, SEA Games. I've gone to Asian Games, and they supply pictures to everybody. But so late last year, he said that a lot of competition, a lot of photographers doing freelancing, so eating into the profit margin. So he went and started his Asiana Arena. It's a sports place in Puchong, futsal, badminton, the whole works. That was December, and then March MCO hit him. So he's been closed since then. But then he has to find ways to make money. So now he's selling serunding, ayam chip serunding, as well as hand sanitizers, where instead of pumping it with your hands, you use your feet and it comes out so you can wash your hands and all that. So he says we have to adapt. We can't just sit at home and just say, oh God, no money is coming in, the government's not doing this, the government's not doing that. Because if you keep on complaining, nothing's going to happen. So you have to go out and find something. So he went and did that. And he set up a website as well, iamchick.com. So you can order the surrounding online instead of telephoning him and all that. Alan is different because it's a hobby. He loves these hand painting shoes and all. So he did one for me, which is Star Wars. The second one will be when Liverpool wins the EPL. So we have the Liverpool and EPL, Liverpool crest and the EPL trophy. I say they look cheap, but yeah, that's the second one from him. But he's doing it and it's cheap, $50, $60, depending on how intricate the design is. So
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but before anyone gets confused, Graig has the tendency that he believes everyone knows who his friends are. Alan Neto works in a sports equipment office, and today he's selling shoes, part-time, where he paints on the shoes and it's customized. Welcome, Graig.
Please don't stand too close to him, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but has this COVID-19 thing really taught us to conduct our business in a different way now? I mean, look at us. I mean, we're doing our show now online. We started off offline, and now we're is it better for everyone, or is it just something that is now that's something I suppose in our way is an alternative? If we do go back to normal, we can still do this. What are your thoughts, guys?
For me, the best thing is because we started coming to work since Monday, or they did. I took Monday off because of Gawai, but Tuesday and Wednesday I'm in office. I like the office. I like my hot chocolate shop downstairs and the coffee and my Italian restaurant. But I hate the drive to the office. I hate looking for parking. So that is the bad part. Why I hate coming to office. I mean, coming to office, doing work is fine. But I think it's also a lot of people who have maybe they have a lot of small kids at home might be a problem because kids will come. Haresh has a 3-year-old. Right? Yeah. So the boy is clingy, so he likes to go instead of. So maybe they have difficulty. But I don't know. I know some of my friends who say that they cannot work from home because the kids are interrupting them. I got other friends who say they love doing it because they complete their tasks, they play with their kids for about 5-10 minutes, then they go and do their tasks again. Then end of the day they are at home. And then to cut down, I probably save 2 hours on traveling the day by working from home. Because that's 2 hours to myself. So I prefer to work from home, coming once in a while, but I don't know. And I think some businesses have started prospering because they're doing online business now. Instead of having physical business, paying rental, they're doing businesses by online and stuff like that. So pros and cons depends on people, I guess.
All right. Okay. As we know, the CMCO is supposed to end on the 9th. Do you think that'll be the last of the MCO diaries, Graig, or Haresh have asked me to ask you whether you're gonna any plans to document those articles into a book?
If he's paying for it, it's fine, not a problem.
And he's got quite a number of fans, and we are quite, I wouldn't use the word surprised, but we're quite delighted with the feedback that we've received from his writings. We've even got people like Daphne Iking, liking and retweeting what Graig has written, and many others. So yeah, even our communications minister, Saifuddin Abdullah, he has also retweeted one of Graig's articles. So yeah, it's informative, it's fun, and yeah, hopefully it makes a good read if we can actually document it, because no one else has done something like this from day one of the movement control order since March 18.
That's right. That's right. You've really literally, a lot of it has been sort of personal, but at the same time you've amalgamated it with the news that's been happening on a daily basis. Yeah, well, we actually look forward to seeing that, because I think it's something you could carry on. Even you can do a post MCO diary as well. So you could have a small, so a small copy book on.
One thing, Rashid,
yes.
one thing people don't know is the amount of work that goes into it. Graig's whole day is pretty much spent on the diary, because he's got to just look out for updates constantly. Yeah, and for us, the back end, we've got to clear the copy, and although his copies are generally clean, but yet, you know, for small issues, minor issues and stuff like that. And more importantly is the uploading. You know, you got to see, because you
pictures.
Yeah, it's quite tedious because it's got quite a number of pictures, links, and so forth and so on. And sometimes the links don't work. Yeah. You know, so yeah, it's stuff like that.
See, the hardest thing sometimes that when you find a piece of news, and then you have to check 2-3 other sources that it's real. Because sometimes people have a tendency to just tweet something that fake news, as Trump calls it fake news. They'll just tweet something, then you look at it, wow, that's great. And you put it in, and then about 1 hour later, while searching, hey shit, oh, this is not what happened. This is actually something else. Or this picture is from a year ago, it's not today. So we have to fact check basically before we put it in. Hopefully, I think so far,
no.
We are all 100% real news.
Yeah. Well, because you've had you got a lot of proofreaders in there anyway.
Everyone,
that's very important to have. I mean, but you know, on that final note, I mean, I hope you guys, you're back in the office, but I hope that you're making sure that everything is sanitized and keeping yourself safe, because at the end of the day, we don't want a second wave happening, especially right after this festivities that's just being concluded. However, at the same time, just stay aware, guys. I mean,
especially from here.
yeah. Well, as to Liverpool winning the league, we shall see. Because it's resuming on the 17th of June. So hopefully you'll get to see that picture of them holding up the title.
30 years, if you like Spurs, 60 years, haven't won anything. So.
Well, anyway, that is the end. Okay, thank you very much to Amnig for being with us throughout this whole time, being our apparel sponsors. Obviously, for you guys, for our audiences out there, don't forget to catch up with Graig on his MCO diaries, as well as go on the website 2213 and make sure you get the latest fact-checked news and proofread by the team. Okay, so from all of us at the RSS. Hey, where are you going? Thank you very much. You have been watching. Oh, right. Don't forget, 2213. There we go. Yeah, put it on the big screen for you. So thank you very much. You guys have been watching the RSS with HD Extended. It's bye for us from now. Bye-bye.